Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to have a quick look at the VK90. Now, this tank, literally a couple of days ago, when the last lot of tanks arrived in the auction, this sold out almost instantly. People did not even wait for the price to drop. That's for a few reasons. Because of a few reasons. Now, not only is it a fantastic, super heavy tank, very well armored. It's got great armor, and the tank looks really, really nice. And if you side scrape in this tank, you can bounce almost anything that comes your way. If you go hold down, you can bounce almost anything. The armor profile on this tank is truly spectacular. It is a fantastic tank. Of course, it is a rear turreted tank, so you do have to get your angles correctly. If you sort of go sideways up a hill, you'll be able to get more gun depression. It does take a little bit of skill driving these rear turreted tanks, but once you get used to it, you'll learn how to play these kind of tanks. So why did this tank instantly get sold out? Thousands sold within hours. Simply because it never comes for gold. It never ever comes for gold. Very rare this tank comes for gold. The only way that you could usually pick your hands up get your hands on a VK90 is through the crates. Now, I believe it has been for sale for gold previously, but very, very rare this tank comes for sale. It's kind of like the T22. The same with all these snow globe tanks. Now, this was a snow globe tank a couple of years ago, the same as the T22. Now, the T22, I believe, has only been for sale for gold once or twice. One of them was last Christmas Day, where it was for sale for 20,000 gold for just Christmas Day. Not last year, the year before, not the Christmas just gone, but the Christmas before. And this is the same. This is exactly the same. It very rarely comes for sale. So, of course, as soon as people see it for gold, because people don't want to buy crates, and I don't blame them. People don't want to waste their money on crates because there's no guarantee that you'll be able to get this tank. You're buying the crates hoping to get the tank, but there's no guarantee that you're going to get the tank. So when they see it in the auction for the first time for gold, what was it, 20,000 gold, something like that, maybe even less, they just wanted to get their hands on it because they've waited so long to get their hands on a VK90 that they've saved the gold. They really want it. I know some people that really wanted it. They keep asking me, dude, when's the VK90 coming for gold? And I just don't know. I don't know because I haven't seen it in the store. I haven't seen it in the schedule. It only ever comes for crates. So that is the main reason why this tank instantly got sold out, because it's just a very rare tank to be for sale for gold. Now, there's loads of tier 10 tanks. The Badger, the what else you got? Not the T22, but you got other tanks. The Chieftain, the Super Conqueror. These all come for sale quite regularly for gold, for 20,000 gold. But the VK90 is not one of those tanks. Now, again, if you do have this tank, if you manage to get this tank in the auction, well done. And even if you paid full price for it, it is still worth that price. It's definitely still worth that price. Even though people didn't want to wait for the price drop, it is still worth the gold that you bought it. Put this tank on a ridge, put it on a corner, just like this T57 is. You'll bounce almost anything. But do not get caught out in the open. It's not the quickest of tanks. So if you get caught out in the open, then you will get wrecked. You will get wrecked. They will be able to penetrate your lower plate. Your upper plate is fairly strong. Of course, some tank destroyers and heavies, if they switch to the premium round, they will be able to penetrate your upper plate as well. And there's some parts of your turret that they will be able to penetrate as well. But, get it on a ridge, get into a position where you can get that more gun depression. But again, you've got to be careful, because just like the FV4 to FV215B, if you can get yourself on a ridge, if you start turning your tank to sidewards to get more gun depression, you do have to be very, very careful, because your side armor then becomes available for the enemy to shoot, and it does become a lot weaker. So if you're waiting, if you're reloading and you can see a tank in front of you, just to get on a ridge and just to go as straight as possible. And once they shoot, once you bounce, then you can start turning at an angle to get that gun depression. So you can see we get a nice bounce from the E50M there, and we're just going to go, and again, even from the side, look, we still managed to get a bounce from the side. And that is what this tank can do. I mean, you can't rely on the side armor, because it isn't great. The side armor isn't great. But as you can see, we can still get the block damage. Now, I mean, we haven't done any damage so far. We're just going to push towards these guys. We're going to try and get on a ridge, and we're going to try and bounce as much as we can. Now, I'm going to try and do my job here. I'm not pushing front line to deal a lot of damage. It's not about damage for me. It's about holding this front line, holding these enemy back for as long as possible. And a minute gone, we have bounced 1,400 damage, and now we're up to 1,700 damage. Yes, we've taken a little bit of damage, but you can see nobody can penetrate me. They are struggling to penetrate this tank when it is on a ridge, and this is what this tank is for. You know, a lot of people obviously do a big amount of damage with this tank. The same with the mouse. The mouse isn't a tank to push front line to deal all the damage. It's to push front line to hold the enemy team. Now, this E5 is getting very, very brave. He's getting very brave, and he did do a little bit of damage to me, and he managed to back up. Now, I do have my gunner unfortunately broke, and I do bounce that shot there. So I need to wait for my repair kit. I've got another 17 seconds, so I'm not going to push forward at the moment, because my reload is atrocious at the moment. It's like almost 20 seconds. So we're just going to wait. We're going to be patient. We have lost quite a lot of hit points at the moment, but you know, we've still bounced 2,000 damage, so we've still done our job at being a super heavy. So we're just going to use that repair kit. The E5 is now a one-shot. The Type 71 is a one-shot. My main target right now is to deal with this E5. Get him out the way. He can still do damage. He can still kill my team, even though he is a one-shot. So my aim is to get rid of him. But luckily, the WZ takes him out anyway. So I'm just going to now push towards the Type 71 and get him gone. So this game isn't about the damage. You know, I don't really do too much damage. It is about showing you guys how to play this tank effectively and what you should be doing if you have managed to get this tank from the auction. And again, we come out sideways there with the FV4005. Another bounce shot. The third and final shot, no, the third shot, we do take a shot, and the fourth shot, we do take a shot. But we blocked the first two shots. We blocked the first two shots, so we are up to 2,800 block damage. Now, it's just these guys left alive, the Death Star, and that is a one-shot, and now the FV4005, who is a one-shot as well. So sadly, we're not going to be able to get the kill, but even though we wasn't going for damage, we still done 2.2k damage. You know, that's not bad. So if you did manage to get this tank in the auction, well done, because it wasn't there for long. You are getting a fantastic tank, and this is how I would recommend to play this tank. So good luck. Hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Goodbye. With